Right, so I come at you again. My name is John Paul. Even though I'm not a pope, I love to help you cope by instilling in you some hope. Today, you and I, we are dope. Right, so many individuals who get enveloped by addictive behaviors oftentimes find that, it leads to actual addiction and quitting becomes so difficult. Well, you may have heard of, I tried it just once and now I can't live without it. So in this video, I shall provide 9 proven ways of overcoming addiction. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed, just tap the subscribe button and turn on the notification just so you could get notified each time a video is posted. You could share and then leave a comment. Let's see what you think. Let's build this community together. Right, so first thing you want to do if you ever think of quitting or overcoming addiction is number 1, to make the decision to quit. Make the decision to quit. Decide to quit. Now the decision can be as tricky as anything because there comes the contemplation stage where you question yourself, can I, should I, must I? Now contemplation, it's just that bit of a process that allows you to wonder if you really want to quit this the addictive behaviors that you are so embroiled in. It can be very difficult. Are you able? Can I stop? Should I do it? I think I would have nothing to live by when I quit. So no matter how difficult this stage gets, you just have to come up with that strong resolution that you want to quit, and then you make a plan for it. There must be a plan. So number 1, make the decision to quit. Number 2, prepare to change. Yes, prepare for the change that lies ahead of you. Ever heard of the saying, victory loves preparation? Yep, victory indeed loves preparation. So everything that you want to do, you want to prepare, including preparing your mind. Alright, so addiction though can come in any form and shape. You want to prepare the way that lies ahead of you in the process of change. Right, if you are addicted to sex, just make sure that you get rid of all the pornographic materials, or you clear your history of all the pornographic sites that you visit. If you are addicted to gambling, just ensure that you can disable, particularly for online gamblers, you disable or you uninstall the apps with which you bet with. But if you are someone who gets to the casino to bet or to engage in any form of gambling, you need to just stay clear of the casinos. Right? If you are someone who is addicted to shopping, you can very much so inform your bankers that they should put a limit on the amount of money that you can withdraw or live your life by, within a specified time. It is your money, but you can come into that contract with the bankers and they would help you just so you will not have money coming into your hands. If you are someone who is also addicted to eating, there are people who are overeaters. You'll be surprised, right? But you have to just ensure that foods that you are so addicted to are not constantly in your fridge or in your cupboard, right? Clear your cupboard off those foods, and then you are preparing a way to should I say win yourself, or very much so overcome the addiction that you are so engulfed by. So prepare. Right, so number 3, quit that addictive behavior. Quit that addictive behavior. So this could come with varying feelings depending on the individual who is in the picture. For some, it can be very freeing and empowering. You go like, oh goodness, this feels so good. I'm now living without this substance. I think if I can, you too can. So it is very liberating for some people. But for some, it can be very difficult. It can be painful. It can be frustrating. And as well, comes with some level of depression. What runs through their mind is, how they are going to live with those substances, and they just, envision how it is going to make them feel, or how life would be difficult for them without the substance or without the behavior that they are so addicted to. So for these people, attempting to, overcome their addiction can be difficult. They may have to go back and forth several times before they finally get to the end of the tunnel where, light shines upon them. They have quit. They have overcome. So there is no right way, or there is no best way to feel in an attempt to quit any kind of addiction or addictive behavior that you find yourself. All right, it could be very difficult for some people, like I said, could just go through it with the help, or the self-help groups that they find themselves in, they could just go through it seamlessly. But as far as you begin to feel very depressed, you feel that the walls are caving in on you, you feel very empty, then you quickly need to speak with an expert, a professional who then is going to assist you through the process. Right? Ideally, these are not things that you want to do by yourself, because the willpower may be there some days, but this willpower just vanishes just when you need it the most. So you want to speak with an expert who then is going to help you through your depression in an attempt to quit. So that is number 3. On to number 4, master the courage to cope with withdrawal symptoms. No matter what you are addicted to, if it is sex you are addicted to and you are overcoming it, just when you are quitting, it becomes difficult, particularly when the triggers are all around you and you haven't gotten rid of them in your society, which is something you should have done way back. Then, there will be that temptation to, get back to the situation that you are trying to overcome. If it is any other substance, meth, if it is heroin, it is marijuana, it is pethidine, particularly for those who are in the health sector. It becomes very difficult, but you need to master the courage to deal with the withdrawal symptoms. This can be very physical, it can also be psychological. Physical, when you have very bad flu, when you begin to engage in body tremors, or you're twitching all around. It's very difficult. In fact, there are various movies that teaches these, and you want to master the courage to deal with the withdrawal symptoms. Some physical, some psychological withdrawal symptoms could be restlessness, it could be confusion, you can't even maintain concentration or sustain attention when you need them, and they can come across as very debilitating. So at the helm of it all, what you need is courage to cope and go through this period. It's a period that is going to come as far as you want to quit or overcome your addiction or addictive behaviors. So master the courage to overcome it. You'll smile at yourself. You'll be proud of yourself that you did. Number 5, avoid that relapse. You need to avoid that relapse if you want to overcome addictive behaviors. No one wants to fail in an attempt to overcome any kind of addiction, but relapses are common. But this doesn't mean that you have failed. What it means is that you will need to put in several tries before you finally get it right. Now, there are some common reasons why relapses would occur. The very first one I shall highlight is craving. Now, cravings are strong urges or feelings that want you to go back to engage in that that addictive behavior, right? And they often come up months, days, or even years after you have quitted or overcome certain addictions, and no one is immune to them. The cravings would come. What you need to do, however, is to put yourself together and then just tell yourself, no, I am not. So another thing that can put you on the path of relapse is when you think that you have control now. Oh no, I'll be there. I won't even taste it. I won't even look at it. I'll be there. I won't even just go to I'll be in the casino, but I won't even stick a bet. I'll be there. I will take this food, but I'm not sure. I mean, you think you have control now. It's a deception trying to creep in, right? So that thinking causes you to give it a try once, and then going down that slippery slope, then the whole process is going to hit you in the face again, where you find out that even your love for whatever you have quitted has become stronger than you thought. So don't get complacent. Don't get complacent. Always ensure that there are people around who would put you on the right path. Don't get complacent. Avoid that relapse. Right, on to number 6. Number 6, dealing with relapses, or should I say, coping with relapses. The relapse may occur in some instances, right? Don't see the relapse as a failure, right? Don't beat yourself down and just ask yourself why didn't I stay clear of that? Why did I even go there? Some people may cry, I don't know, it is a work of the devil. They just blame themselves so much. No. What you need to do, however, is to understand the situation, right? Your understanding of the situation would let you know what the triggers are and would point out your weaknesses to you, right? Yes, you have relapsed. It doesn't mean that you can start all over. Don't forget, we are looking at how we can totally overcome the addiction. So if relapse has come, we have to very much learn how to cope with this relapse, pick ourselves up, and then forge on. So don't beat yourself down. Right? Recognize the weaknesses, the triggers that may have led to you relapsing or going back to the use of the substance or getting engaged in that addictive behavior, be it gambling, be it sex, be it shopping or drinking. Just identify the trigger factors and then acknowledge that, oh, I was weak. I need to work on those areas just so when I start all over again, I do not find myself at the same point. The feeling that comes with relapse can be very intimidating, so you don't want to allow yourself to be depressed when you are unable to continue with a journey of overcoming any kind of addiction. Number 7, control your behaviors after addiction. Control your behaviors after addiction of any kind, whether it is social, whether it is financial, whether it is emotional. You need to control your behaviors. So how do I mean? What I mean is that any behavior that has a tendency to get you close to using or engaging in any addictive behaviors, you need to control it, right? You need to now begin to form behaviors, or should I say relationships, that would lead you up, help you grow up your whatever ladder you are climbing, but not the addiction ladder anymore, right? So you want to ensure that you develop a constructive and positive friendship around, and then make sure that these friendships or they don't tend to push you towards a behavior that would cause you to reuse the substance or engage in a behavior that you were before addicted to. Do not forget, we are looking at how we can totally overcome it. So you want to control your behaviors after addiction, right? So yes, take that and then make sure you live by it. Anyone dealing with any kind of addiction or overcoming addiction of any kind, control your behaviors. You ought to, very critical that you control your behaviors. Otherwise, the addiction will come staring in your face like yourself in a mirror. Right, number 8, avoid replacing addictive behaviors. Avoid replacing addictive behaviors. Now, oftentimes people find that when they quit any kind of addiction, there is this or that behavior that seeks to or wants to replace what they have quit. Often, those who are alcoholics and they have quitted, they become overeaters. So addictive behaviors have the same neurological and psychological processes which seek to reward you in a way that you do not perceive. So replacing addictive behaviors is very common within or amongst people who are trying to stay clear or overcome any kind of addiction. Now what you ought to do, however, is to find it even though boring, just find it as a normal process when you want to get used to the normal way of life. It can be boring, I must say, particularly when you are someone who find reward or find pleasure in using or engaging in any kind of addictive behavior. Trying to quit, there comes something that would allow you to replace that behavior. It is normal, right? But try so much to put those other behaviors that seek to replace what you are overcoming aside and get used to the normal way of life. In no time, you will get so used to how things used to be before you got involved in the addictive behavior. Number 9, change relationships and friendships. Note, whatever you are trying to overcome, there were a set of individuals that you engaged or practiced those behaviors with, right? And there are a lot of people whom you let down, whose trust you have lost because they reposed a lot of trust in you and then you just let them down. You have hurt them, right? You have hurt them, and winning their trust back can be a process where you know, consciously do things and prove to them that there is, or you are a new person. However, you need to make it a conscious effort to not going back to individuals with whom you engaged in those behaviors. They will feel let down. Of course, they will feel let down because you are a part of a gang, and all of a sudden you have taken the bold decision to just stay clear of whatever you engage in. So they will be disappointed in you, but that is not the deal. The deal here is for you to begin to build relationships that will help you up. Ensure that you find people around you in your circles, in your workplace, at your church, wherever you are, who are going to help you, and then just let you know how much of a role model you have been to them. Because change always is very difficult. Even though people think of it, it becomes very Herculean if they want to engage in change. So try as much as possible to change your circles, your friendships, and your friends, and then get to the lane of people who are going to help you up and build you so that you can become a role model. You never know, you could be someone who now speaks to individuals who are trying to overcome. The end will be glorious, and as far as you started well, however things may be in between, yes, you always would need individuals who will tell you, yes, you did it, yes, I'm proud of you, yes, come talk to this group of students for me, come talk to this group of young adults for me, come talk to this group of married couples for me. Whatever it is, you'll be a role model, and people always look up to you when you have overcome it. Listen, it's not a smooth road overcoming any kind of addiction. So once you are able to put these 9 proven ways into action, at the end of it all, you are going to make yourself proud. This has been John Paul, always coming at you on ways that you can improve your life, mental health, even as I instill in you some hope. Come again and watch some more videos. Meanwhile, subscribe, like, and share this content just so someone around you can benefit. Let's grow this family together. Subscribe. See you.